Okay, so let's jump right into the tutorial. So in this project file, you will see that there are dream home, first home, and investment sequences. Those are the templates that I built out, and the reason why I left them so different with what they say is because of these white lines that move along with how large and how long the line of text is. So you can absolutely change them, but it gets a little bit complicated with the line section, but I'll show you exactly how to do it. It's very doable. Okay, so let's just go through wanting to change colors and stuff like that. So if you want to change the color of the background layer, go to shape layer, effects, change to color, pick the color that you want it to be. So let's maybe say, not blue, a darker red. Yeah, it's more of a pink, but nevertheless, do what you want. And then the next thing I'm going to change is the color of Buy My Dream Home. So I'll twirl that down, change the color. Let's do, well, blue's not very readable. Maybe a green, maybe like green. Let's not do neon green. But yeah, so I would play with these colors a little bit more just because they're not super complementary right now, but you get the point. Okay, so let's say maybe, okay, I want to change the color of this top white line. I want, instead of white, I want it to be black. It's the same on all of the lines, all of the assets. If you want to change the color of it, twirl it down and hit change to color. Okay. The next part of this is at the end, there's an end card that swipes up and says, let's make it happen. So for this let's make it happen, I would suggest going with the color of the background. So how I do that is scroll down, change the color, and then just use the eyedropper tool and select the color of the background. Super simple. If you want to change this end card that's white to another color, again, just go in here, let's make it black. Change it up, you know, why not? Okay, so that's a rough look at how you do that. Now let's look at these lines. So let's say instead of I want to buy my dream home, I want to, oops, wrong one. Again, you just double click on it to edit it. Be a really member. Great, you already are one, hopefully if you're watching this, so that's great. Now if you see, the lines don't match and it just looks kind of dumb. So let's edit the top line first. Okay, and then I'm going to go down to contents, and then you'll see these two little dots under position. So this is how I'm going to edit it. I'm going to go to the second dot, and then whatever, I'm going to change this position out to match the end of my word. So great, that's the first one, the top line, and then let's go to the bottom line, same thing. You go down to position, click this little dot, and then I'm going to pull this one back with this position marker. Again, you want to make sure you click and are on this dot, otherwise you'll create a secondary, what is called keyframe, which is what that dot is, and it'll basically change it to what you just set it as, and then it'll go back to the original one that was in the template. So make sure you're editing the keyframe that is in the template. Okay, and so now you can see those lines will go to where it actually matches the word. Again, not super complicated, very doable, but just make sure you do it. It's an important step. Okay, so that is how you edit the basics on this design. Now let's go to add your info. This is where you have the white bar where you can edit your info every single time. So add your info here, double click it, you just type, however many rows you need. And then to change the font, you select all, go down to character, change it to whatever you want it to be. And to change the color, anything like that, twirl down to effects, change to color. Something I forgot to mention on this dream home, you can absolutely change the font here. Just be prepared to have to, again, shift lines, things like that. You do it the same way. So let's click on be a really member, and let's pick a random font to go to, how about Chalk Duster? So as you can see, Chalk Duster is way bigger than the default font in our template. So what we're gonna do is just scale that down, and then again, you would change how long your lines are. The other thing you can notice too is that Chalk Duster, everything is all caps, and maybe you don't want it to be all caps. So what you can do, double click on it. Well, help if I click to the right layer. And then you see this little all caps icon that is blue, that means it's on. So if you don't want something to be all caps, you just turn that off. Simple as that. Okay, cool deal. So we've talked through the white bar at the bottom. Now let's look at the stories. The stories are the same as the post, just different sizing. So nothing crazy here. You would edit it exactly like you would the post. So I think that's everything that you need to know for this design. If you have any questions, let us know.